Well, here's a story where sometimes when someone cheats on you, you give them a second chance only to regret it. You know that gut feeling when something's off, but you can't put your finger on it? That's how it started. Little things, a weird text, a silent phone call, but I brushed it off because I trusted my wife. I had no reason not to, and she didn't give me a reason to not trust her. We'd been married for 8 years, crying out loud. I'm not the jealous type, never have been. When she told me she was getting more involved in charity work, I was thrilled. My wife making a difference in the world? Hell yeah. I even bragged about it to my buddies at work. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I'd say, she's out there changing lives. Yeah, she was changing lives all right. If only I'd known whose life she was really changing. It began innocently enough. She'd come home late, smelling like coffee and wearing a smile that lit up the room. I'd ask about her day, and she'd gush about it, all the good they were doing. I ate it up like a damn fool. We met at a friend's wedding 6 years ago. She was the maid of honor, and I was a groomsman. Cliche, I know, but it wasn't love at first sight or anything. We just clicked, shared the same stupid sense of humor. By the end of the night, my cheeks hurt from laughing so much. Our relationship moved fast after that. Within a year, we were married. Look, I am not saying getting married after a year is impossible, but me personally, a year, way too soon in my book. Everyone said we were perfect together. I believed it too. Fast forward to 3 months ago, I'm at work scrolling through my phone during lunch. A notification pops up, a tagged photo on social media. It's my wife, smiling with a group of people I've never seen before. The caption reads, "Another successful fundraiser." I zoomed in, studying the faces. That's when I saw him, standing right next to her, his arm casually draped over her shoulder. I recognized him instantly from old photos she'd shown me, her ex. My stomach dropped. I told myself I was being paranoid. She'd mentioned running into him a while back, said he was involved in the same charity. Come on, man. How convenient is that for her ex to be volunteering at the same place she is? It was probably nothing, but that nagging feeling wouldn't go away. I started paying more attention. Notice how she'd tense up when her phone buzzed, how she'd step outside to take calls. Now, if that isn't a red flag, not taking calls in front of your husband, the way her eyes would dart away when I asked about her day. I'm not proud of what I did next, but I had to know. One night, while she was in the shower, I checked her phone. What I found made me sick. Well, she deleted them, but didn't realize there was a deleted folder, so the messages were still there. Hundreds of messages. Flirty at first, then explicit. Plans to meet up. Inside jokes. Things only lovers share. I confronted her that night. She denied it at first, then got angry. Said I was invading her privacy. But when I showed her the evidence, she broke down. Told me it had started as innocent catch-ups, then spiraled. I never meant for it to happen, she sobbed. It just did. I was devastated, furious, lost. She begged and pleaded, got on her knees and begged for us to try counseling. Like a dumbass, I agreed. For weeks, we sat in a therapist's office, rehashing the same arguments. She swore she'd end it, said she wanted to make our marriage work. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But every time she left the house, I wondered. Every time her phone buzzed, my heart raced. The trust was gone. 2 weeks ago, I found out she was still seeing him. Damn. A mutual friend spotted them at a restaurant looking cozy. He was driving by and happened to see them sitting outside the restaurant. When I confronted her again, she didn't even try to deny it. I'm sorry, she said. I can't help how I feel. That was it. The final straw. I packed a bag and went to stay with my brother. Been here ever since, trying to figure out what the hell to do next. Now I'm sitting here, typing this out, wondering how my life turned into such a mess. Part of me wants to fight for our marriage. We've been through so much together. But another part just wants out. See, this is one of the dangers of taking back someone who betrayed you. Then you agree to counseling, which you had no business doing, and you find out that she is still seeing the guy she cheated with. I keep replaying moments in my head. All those nights I ate dinner alone, thinking she was out there doing good. All those times I defended her to my family when they said she was working too much. I feel like such an idiot. Yesterday, I met with a lawyer just to explore my options. It felt surreal, discussing the end of my marriage with a stranger. But as I sat there, listening to him explain the process, I felt something I hadn't in months. Relief. I realized I was done. Done with the lying, the suspicion, the heartache. Done pretending we could fix this. So yeah, I'm filing for divorce. It's not what I wanted, but it's what I need. I deserve better than this. We both do, I guess. I know some people might say I should give it another shot. No, you tried that. She doesn't deserve any more chances. That marriage is about forgiveness and second chances. Maybe they're right, but I can't shake the feeling that if I stay, I'll always be waiting for the other shoe to drop. Always wondering if she's really where she says she is. That's no way to live. It's going to be hard, untangling 8 years of shared life, telling our families, facing a future I never imagined. But for the first time in months, I feel like I can breathe again. So, am I the asshole for wanting out? For not being able to forgive? Well, not everyone deserves forgiveness. I don't know. All I know is I can't do this anymore. I needed to start over, find myself again. To anyone reading this who's been cheated on, I see you. I feel your pain. It's not your fault. You deserve honesty and respect. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. And my soon-to-be ex-wife, you made a fool of me twice. You won't make a fool of me a third time. And I won't stick around for you to make a fool out of me a third time. Okay, here's to new beginnings, I guess. Wish me luck. Update. Well, as many of you know, I did file for divorce. We had the divorce hearing 3 weeks ago. We live in Texas, so she didn't qualify for alimony because in Texas, you must be married for 10 years. In California, there is no length requirement, I believe. But marriages that last less than 10 years rarely receive alimony. But in California, I wouldn't even chance it. Well, it didn't end well for my ex-wife. Her ex had a woman, and she found out that he was cheating on her. She was living with him. She kicked him out, and my ex tried to weasel her way back into my life. She called, texted, and even came to my brother's place to try and talk to me. My brother told her to never come back to his property. Update 2. It's been 6 months since the divorce was finalized, and man, what a roller coaster it's been. I thought I'd give you all one last update, since so many of you have been supportive throughout this whole mess. First off, I'm doing okay. Better than okay. It's weird how much lighter I feel now that it's all over. Don't get me wrong, there are still tough days. Moments where I catch myself reaching for the phone to tell her something funny or nice when the bed feels too big. But overall, I'm good. Work's been a lifesaver. My boss pulled me aside and said he's impressed with how I've handled everything. My ex, well, that's a whole other story. Remember how she tried to come crawling back after her ex kicked her to the curb? Turns out that was just the beginning. She's been on a downward spiral ever since. Last I heard, she lost her job. Apparently, her charity work excuse wore thin with her bosses too. She's been couch surfing, burning through friends faster than matchsticks. Karma's a bitch, I guess. As for me, I've started dating again. Nothing serious, just casual stuff. It's nice though. Reminds me that there are honest, genuine people out there. I'd forgotten that for a while. To those of you going through something similar, hang in there. It gets better. It really does. Focus on yourself. Rediscover what makes you happy. And to everyone who offered advice, shared their own stories, or just sent a kind word my way, thank you. You helped me more than you know. This will probably be my last update. It's time to close this chapter for good. But I wanted you all to know that I'm okay. More than okay. I'm excited for what comes next. Here's to new beginnings, second chances, and lessons learned. Oh, by the way, be careful with marriage counseling.